welcome back to another build. Well, it's not back in this case because I haven't really built this before, but today I'm hoping to do a mostly one-shot build. I mean, I may be painting it in a second, but hopefully one go. And today I'm going to be making a cage for a Pikachu. Hopefully by the end of this we will have achieved something that Team Rocket never did. So, first off, we need to remove Pikachu from the packaging because I was lazy. Now this Pikachu is not as young as we'd expect. This was bought around the Detective Pikachu movie. And I've been intending to do this since then, but I just never got around to it. But now I have the time, I'm going to. Just clean off. This portion isn't really that important, but I need to know what size the cage needs to be in order to fit it, right? So, now I need to do some measurements and get something to write measurements on because I'm prepared. So, the Pikachu is 26 minimum wide. That is awful. Fine. I have a big box of pens in here. Okay. So it's 26 wide, around that region, so 26. From front to back. To be fair, this thing's going to be square, so... and blah, or plus length, because I mean it's a square. Have you ever seen a cage in a cartoon that is not square? And how tall is it? It's about 30 tall, so if we make this like 33 rectangle, oh sorry, no, like cube, this should be okay. There you go. Got the symbol for cubed up there. I'll know what that means when I get there. Okay, thank you, Pikachu. Okay, so at this point, put on the hot glue gun because I always forget that and it always goes wrong. So, we've got an old mat of EVA foam here that has a dead spider attached to it. Go away. Okay, it might be a dead spider, it might just be a skin, which means there's a live spider around here, which is even worse. So now we have to measure 33, a 33 square. Oh wow, that's not good. Okay, I don't have an alternate for that. Okay, so how far can I go before I encounter something that is going to stop me? Yeah, I'm screwed. This is not going to be makeable out of this plate. What about the other waistline? Am I going to fit a 33 square in this anyway? Nope. Definitely not. No. Okay, this cage is going to be a lot bigger than I expected, so let's see where I've got in the bins. You're thinner, you're, well, expensive. for something I'm making for a joke, I am not going to be using the expensive stuff. So I might be using the expensive stuff, but you know. So I was thinking more of catching like a very small creature, and this Pikachu is huge. Whoops. So I'm gonna have to grab a new roll. Unfortunately, when it comes to new rolls, it's huge. So 33. I'm stopping here because my body is at the end of this. And 33. 33 down. And 33. And we might as well do 66 while we're out here because, as we all know, double 33 is 66. Now usually when doing this you would want to take losses into account, like thickness of the blade, but my knife is not that thick. Fortunately. Yeah, this knife only just cuts through the whole thickness, it's that bad. As you can see, it didn't cut properly. We'll be fine. I can make up for most of that. Plus the end of this blade is blunt as heck. Blunt as me in a conversation. There you go. Now, fortunately, the roll I was going to use anyway. It's made. I don't have stuff like this, so it's fine. I didn't particularly want to use it, but I sort of have to, so. So yeah, we've got a messy side there. I don't like that, and I should have cut it properly, but yeah, that would involve me doing my job properly, wouldn't it? So next up, I'm going to show you how to cover up after you have royally messed something up, because that's what I've done. In this case, just go across, slice off the extra bits, be fine. Just make sure that the bit that's showing, or like the front of it, that you'll be showing off towards cameras and stuff, doesn't have these bits on it. Which means this bit's going to be the front, obviously. Do the same on this one. I mean, I could do it quicker, and more efficiently, but... See, I was expecting this to be like a really small cage, but this Pikachu is not going to be feeling imprisoned at all in here. I mean, it could literally just fall diagonally. But that's the only way to keep it square. I don't really want it square that much. Which would I have actually wanted? Because 20? Me, I want to waste less material. Also me. I think I'll just waste that bit. It's fine. Okay, where is my good knife when I need it? Or am I going to have to use this piece of crap? I can't see my good knife. It's more concerning I have a missing knife than anything. It did go through, just. It's not that awful. That definitely looks like a more uncomfortable cage. Not big enough though. I guess if you put it really like that, it could fit. Have the ears poking out, it would look even more uncomfortable, right? Yeah, that thing where you get called magic for being able to just create it well. This is the bit that people don't see, where you just spend ages just going, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? Unfortunately, I don't have much choice with that. It's got to be like 30 odd centimeters high, so... Because, I mean, it's got to fit it in, right? So, this is the bar thickness, so it's going to be like that. So I'm thinking... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And put 1 there in the middle. It's like that. Okay, then there, then okay, so we end up like that and we're okay. Whether or not I will have enough things to do this is entirely debatable, but oops. I don't have a rod to push them out with. There you go, that's the one I used. This time I learned from my previous attempts, and I'm not just going to jam as many as physically possible inside this pipe and hope for the best. Which side is the nice one is the question. So it's that one, because that's the pre-made side. Keep it going, we'll be fine. Whoops, this one's in the wrong place. Do I have anything else like heavy that I can weight this down with? Evidently, no. Okay, I'm going to make it 5 instead of 7. 7 seems a bit excessive for numbers of bars. Yep, you're not the good side. It's fine. Now if you look, I got the whole positions wrong on those ones, or different. That's because you need to get stuff in and out of a cage, so that's going to be the door. Now 33 centimeters long. This is 1 centimeter thick, so is the other side, which means that the bars are going to need to be 35 centimeters long. Which, I know I showed like thin stuff earlier, but this, it's like the corner bars are going to be made of this stuff. Don't worry about bits like that. We'll put them on the inside where no one will see them. Now, I don't know how long this bit of wood is, so I could end up using all of it. so 35, 70, 105, so that is 4 bars per stick. I need 6 bars total. Which will be fine, we can get that. Of course. Whoop, sorry, that was the microphone. Yeah, bit of magic for you. You now know the microphone is here. Okay, I should really stop hitting that thing. Now this used to be in a sword, so that's why it is being so difficult. Now I need 6, 2 of which are for the hinges of the cage door, and the rest are just for the cage. It's fine. So now I've got to saw through it, make sure all my measurements were correct. That is 35. And I have a little hand saw around here somewhere. Let's turn off that glue gun. This is taking much longer than I expected. The next one up to 35. As you can see, this is a little bit off because my cutting wasn't very good. Really? Okay, so you know when I said that there was 4? Evidently, I lost the ability to count. Did I get brush? I don't particularly want all that dust on me. Okay, as long as that doesn't catch fire, we're still running, okay? And now clean off the spit stick because it was used for exactly the same. Okay, no, avoid the microphone. I'm sorry to anyone using headphones. This used to be a sword spine, by the way. that is this one's previous life. Or these 2 sticks were actually the spine of one giant sword. I don't make them like that anymore, but I don't make them this way anymore, that's for definite, but come on, off you get. So yeah, usually I would suggest using fresh sticks, but I had these laying around from old projects, so I decided to reuse them. A decision I am regretting, to be fair. But it's working out. I mean, they're free, which is always a good thing. Okay, they're not free. I had to pay for them like 5 years ago. But still 35. Also, I'm not bothering fixing up the ends because none of these ends are going to be visible when I'm done. Crap off my desk. Just sweep it all off the piece of armour I haven't put up yet. Right. So, number 1 goes in there like that. You know when I measured this being 33? Like 26 would have been much more appropriate, which explains why this is ended up as 22. So, shut up. Make it 28 because we know 2 centimeters are going to be buried. Now this is the bit that you miss out on when you've got plans. You don't get any of the just make it up. Okay, that looks like a proper cage. So yeah, there you go. My original furry free would have been like a palace. To be fair, Pikachu never wanted to get out of it. Like shaking like this. Okay. Now we've got parts set up, we now need to do the last one, so, or the last part. That's the front bit, so we need to actually do this properly, unfortunately. Because they actually need to line up in a working fashion, whereas these ones do not. The rest don't. The rest are just realistically there to be comedy bars, and they're not really needed to have any form of accuracy to their construction. Got to remember to actually clean them out occasionally. Wow, there's a lot of static on that one. Don't touch electrical devices after this. Note to self. Close enough. Oh, my hands are probably going to bruise after this because I've done this too much. Oh. Not the last time, but close. Oof, that's hot. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And of course, we need to be able to fit a Pikachu in through the thing, which we can't because it's too big. Okay, I'll settle. It's fine, we'll just pretend that hole isn't there and nobody will know. Ah, you're the other way around, are you? Well, I hope somebody outside wants their conversation broadcast to the internet. A warning to anyone with extra loud hands-free, you never know who's next to you with a microphone. So yeah, we've got the basics of a cage. We can get a Pikachu in, we can get one out. So next up we need posts. Lots of posts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and they are 28 centimeters long. Make sure, because I only have so much of this. 28, yes. Wow, I brought exactly enough. One more set. I mean, that's not it. There's another few, but that's it for these ones. Of course, we're not finishing there. That would be silly. So we take 2 centimeters off the length of this. Oh look, found a use even for waste, as usual. Okay, we can turn the glue gun back on. As you can see, the foam dowels aren't that tough, so what I'm going to need is reinforcement at the ends, and that is what these dowels are for, is so it can actually hold some rigidity. So 15 centimeter long bars, fun. It's 15, 15, 15. That thick should do, because we're punching that through it repeatedly. So it's 15 long, and we've decided on a width now. Let's just make that 2.5 and 5. Screw it. we need one hole right up at the end of both. And of course we cut them off there. So I think we just put like 2 bars in it, so like that and that. Should be okay. Okay, and punch them out. I'm starting to lose everything. This is normal, but bad. And we put one in at this end. Which is the reinforcing strut, so we definitely need that. There you go, all through. Now we can just cut them out. That's the problem with cutting out thin stuff in soft foam. You've got to be careful like that, and then tidy up the mess because you didn't sharpen your knife. People, if you care about your projects, sharpen your knives. If you're doing it for some silly fun, don't worry so much. It's just some silly fun, right? So one more down. I knew I bought a pack of 5 for a reason. Just need 2 this length. There you go. The end like that. Stick that on. Stick that bar in. That bar in. That bar. That bar. Then strongly regret the order you made it in because you now have to get that on and slide this down. Now you have a bar, now you have a cage at the front, which you can rotate open and closed. Now you have something you can rotate open and closed. Okay, so now you've got the basics of a cage. Now we need to start sticking, which is why I put the glue gun back on. So first off, we glue these in. As we saw earlier with how resilient that last one was. This glue's pretty good and I'm not going to mess with it. Now the full length ones, attach all of these. Get off. No, don't stick to the table. There you are. I found a way to do it. When I tested originally, that pipe is just like the thickness of the pipe bigger than the dowel. But, you know. And this section, now this is a complete mess of a cage, as you can see, but it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, and slip one hinge on. Down it goes. Go. It'll have plenty of clearance to open. There you go. We'll do that. So I got this the wrong height. I was just modifying it up so it would fit. I think it's that way, yes. So first off, I'm going to get on all the tall ones, then work my way back. As I said, the ones in the corner are there for strengthening purposes, so that it'll actually hold together in shape. Advice from someone who has given herself burns more times than she can count. Stop touching the hot glue. it ends up a little bit too tall, don't be afraid to cut bits off where you've like done the calculation wrong. This may just be a little fun project, but I mean, now you can see the difference between properly measured. Okay, yeah, in a minute you'll be able to see the difference between properly measured and guessed. Okay, so there's the cage. You've got bars all the way around and a little door. And a little Pikachu you can catch. Forgot to do that at the start, whoops. Okay. So now you've got all the mistakes to deal with, which is all this nonsense. So there you go. It's not perfect, but it's a nice little cage. So, next up, get this old bit of foam. Now I'm going to make a little hook to put on top. The inside, of course. You've got to be really careful when you do this because I am cutting way too close to myself to be safe properly. I think a single one would be enough. I think a single one like that on top should be enough. Just in case. Think about it, once those ends stuck down, that's going to be quite a robust shape. So, if we only need one, we'll only need one, and then we'll be okay. If we need two, we will have to. Don't worry about it. It's good. So of course, where's that bit that I've cut a chunk out of? There it is. So next up, I need to make something that goes across here to stop it closing too far. Now this is going to be completely freehand for fun. about this length. See, and this is why you do it while it's on a big surface, then you don't have to do this. Just stabilize. Now, doing it like that, usually, big no, don't do it. But in this case, so I'm going to stick them around there. Then that section. So it goes over like that. Produce a second one. Stay like that. Stick together. That on there, and there you go, it's a little catch. There you go, it's about the centre, that'll be good enough. That bit on top is definitely strong enough to hold the whole thing up, so it's fine. A little bit off the end. A little bit of tip, a little bit of sticky end, and there you go. Okay, and now shuts and opens. Of course, for the top, I'm going to need a big circle. So not that big, not that big, proper big. So it's 12 centimeters. So we mark this at 6, and this at 6. And then mark that off at 12 and 12. And we've now got that big circle to cut out. First off, obviously, I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, if I wanted to do it perfectly, I would have done the inner circle with a pipe like I did the rest of them. Okay, and cut because we need to get it onto the ring. Get some tape. Now I keep threatening to hide this and I keep not doing it, so bye, we're done. Kidding. Of course not. So now we've got a cage and we've got a little ring on top, so you can hold it and carry it. Let's tidy this up a little bit because you know, it's a mess. It needs tidying, right? Okay, and that is a bottom sheet, which is really thin craft foam, but it'll do. Yeah, this one's got grey on bottom, so I should not use any colour. Tell you what, I'll keep that stuff for good projects, and I'll use this cheap crap. In fact, do I have a better one? Yeah, okay, they're basically the same thing, but one's already open, so I'm going to use the one that's already open. Now, my last project, I actually made the mistake of using this stuff on something I wanted. The colour bleaches or leaches in through it, and I hate it for that. But we'll be fine. For this, we'll be fine. One end stuck down. And that bottom is now covered. Just give it a squish and spread all the glue around. That's stuck. Now for the top, we've got a slightly worse issue because, well, I put a hook on top. I was dumb enough to put a hook on top. So draw a diagonal line across. It's around there. Actually, no, let's do this nicely. So 10 centimeters and 11 centimeters. So 10 and 11 from the other corner. That side is 2 centimeters wide. And this side is probably 3. It's another 2. Those, and we cut between them. Should I be concerned about the amount of things I hear unplugging from this computer? I wonder what they are. This is the fortunate thing about using really soft foam. You can just do that. And now we've got a flat section on top, which of course is helping nobody. Yep, Windows, I know you've disconnected from something. Stop telling me, please. Okay, so that way down. So this is how we're going to have to do it. Down you go, and we'll squeeze. Rub it on from here. So that's one bit done. And get that bit. Now, of course, this is just getting painted over with silver. The whole thing is just going to be a silver cage, so it doesn't matter if I don't have purple on top for now. Now this foam, the purple stuff, is all the stuff that I don't use anymore. Well, not on like proper projects. Like messing around, I'll use it. But I can basically get exactly the same stuff for the same price. But it's grey and and doesn't mess up my colouring at the end. And that's always preferable. Okay. So there you are. Cage opens, cage closes. And you can hold it up by the ring. And most importantly, you can get a very disgruntled looking Pikachu inside, which is the goal of this thing. And it actually works, which I shouldn't be surprised by, but I always am. Sorry, I just cut a piece of magnets because I've got strip magnets around here for good enough. Okay, let's cut off a little bit more of that mechanism, just so it doesn't catch. Then put some more glue along here, because it needs to be there. At that point, the glue gun's job is completed. So that's stuck. That magnet's not very strong, but it's better than nothing. So the glue gun's done. And I have time left to paint. So we do a little bit of tidying, then this thing gets sorted. Oh wait, no, I forgot a bit. So let's get all this crap off the table. These strip magnets came in one of the knife sets I bought years ago. They're actually pretty useful. So I wasn't really expecting to be painting today, but I didn't really figure how long this was going to take. Didn't think about it or work on it. You know, anything in general. Fortunately, as per usual, I'm going to need to fill this up, so... Okay, so that's the brush cleaner done. Do I have like a lid or something around here that I can use? So what you've seen now is what happens when I don't plan ahead. I end up just picking up anything I can find and hoping for the best. Good method, yeah? I mean, that brush will do just fine, and It's not like it's a bad use, but so we'll start off with the inside and then work our way out and then work our way up and just not do the bottom today. Now, of course, these bars are very flexible, and that's fine because anything you make that goes to a convention has to be safe for con use, basically. So you can't like have something that you can actually hit people with. You can have a metal-looking cage, or a cage that's painted silver, but you can't have an actual metal one because, well, security don't like it, the organisers don't like it, the con-goers don't like it. There's a list of rules that you've got to follow. They're all pretty much common sense, so, you know, no metal swords, no actual guns, because the hell? Why would you think it's an appropriate place for a gun at a convention? Seriously. I know, America exists, but I am not here to justify America. I am here to say, don't. Respect the show and the organisers, as they are the ones who get to decide if you come back. And of course, they're people. Being dicks to people is not a good look for anyone. Okay, you can actually see something from there. The problem is I can't, so when it comes to painting, I get priority on vision down to you know, the fact I'm the one doing it. I'm sorry, but I'm just painting across the bottom at the moment. Around the edges. Fortunately, I have a long enough brush that I can reach all the way inside. Unfortunately, I think that's touching, which will be a problem in the long term, but I should be able to get away with it for now. What I've got to do is remember to move these things occasionally. Because if there is like paint in the workings, it'll seize up. So what I need to do is just, you know, brush it on. Remember to open and close the door occasionally. Mostly needs to be done while the paint's drying. Once the paint's dry, we're fine. Get paint around that horrible locking mechanism. Trying to find somewhere safe to hold. Let's go over again, just a little bit more. The end. Don't forget to get the bottom. And this last bit here, which is the last bit of the inside, I think. It's kind of weirds people out how flexible these bars are at the end, but a little bit more. Here. There we are. But yeah, the dowel ones, as I said when I was putting them in, they're just there for rigidity in the structure. Because could you imagine the entire cage made out of like these bars? I mean, just brushing them is changing their shape. show you guys as much as you can. Don't worry if you don't, you can always come back later. That's, well, the advantage of making this stuff. I'm going to see if this will actually work. If it won't, don't care. Quick turn over. Okay, starting to look better, but I figured it would be safe to paint that bit because I'm now painting the inside in here, and hopefully that will be drying whilst I'm doing it. I said drying, not dry. By the time I'm done, I'm not 100%. Well, no. It is specifically for catching pikachus. I would have suggested starting with greetings, overhitting on me. It does end better. That's annoyed when that happens. Ooh, gotta get to that. Well, as I thought, the bottom is not going to be dry by the time I get to the top. Well, it's me stuck holding it for a while at least. Just go around and get the bits I've missed. Painting lots of foam. Ready? Done. That'll do. Let's get some of it. Oop. almost there, get this bit. I'm surprised how resilient this thing has been. As it starts to break, yes. That would be tradition. Oh wow, okay, I missed loads. Just a little bit more along it. And yeah. Okay, I've got all the sides, the bottoms. Still isn't dry. Oh, this is where I get covered in paint. Let's get just a little bit more. Okay, so I think I just put it down now. I don't care. It's not that... Around here, get this bit. This may need a second paint coat, but yeah, this is definitely not safe to put stuff in now. So, I mean, it's wet, so there, but well, it's a traditional cartoon cage. And it does fit a Pikachu because we've measured it precisely for that. Now the unfortunate thing is this needs to not be in contact with the whole thing throughout the drying process, because if it is, it'll be ruined. So that's good enough. Okay, yeah, I was pushing my luck. I will accept what my luck is willing to give me. My luck is angry. It's fine. throwing away paint. This stuff costs me money, you know. There you go. Okay, and with that, I'm done. So, thanks for coming to the building of a cage to catch a Pikachu. My Team Rocket cosplay will be over the moon with the ability to catch Pikachus. And, well, I don't know what I'm building next time, so we'll find out when we get there. Okay, so, bye.